Man, this is the best story in the league. Detroit Pistons, 11th straight win last night, 120-112 over Atlanta. Cade with the 25, 10, and 6. Jalen Duren, 24 and 8. Look, they haven't lost a game this month yet. Guys have been in and out of the lineup every single night. It's been a little bit crazy, and they still have managed to win 11 straight. And what makes all of that beautiful is that it was only 2 years ago which they broke that 28 straight losses. Makes the mind kind of hurt thinking about it. This Pistons turnaround, Lou, let's start there with how impressed you've been by it. Really impressed, and it starts with Cade Cunningham. I watched this game last night, and the Hawks were doing everything they could, from going on 12-0 runs to an 8-0 run, constantly getting themselves back into this game, and every time they got close, Cade Cunningham closed the door, making big shots, attacking the rim in the mid-range, using his body like this one right here. This is 108, 106. This is a Hawks on an 8-0 run right there on that shot, and he quiets the crowd. He's been tremendous. And as a team, they had 5 guys in double figures last night, and that's what they're going to need. They're going to win by a collective, and when you obviously have a star at the helm of that, and to have other guys step in and have big nights as well, that was great for the Detroit Pistons, especially on the back-to-back. You know, and when you have a guy like Cade Cunningham that can score, that can get to his spots, that can use his body to get there, and to have a team have 28 assists, it's going to be hard to beat that type of team. So it's no surprise to me that they haven't lost a game in the past month or so. But a very impressive basketball team so far in this season.
Yeah, this has got to be the story of the year, right? 13-2, the top of the Eastern Conference, and it starts with Cade Cunningham and JB Bickerstaff. And you know how I feel about JB Bickerstaff. He got a raw end of the deal in Cleveland. Obviously, last year they had a spectacular year. Atkinson wins Coach of the Year. That team, though, had a lot more talent. That team had a lot more pieces. You look at this Pistons team. It's Cade Cunningham, and it's a bunch of dogs that just play hard, that defend, at the second defensive rating in the NBA. They play extremely hard. They're still missing Jaden Ivey, who ideally is their second option, their second best player, but Jalen Duren is an absolute man-child. I think he just turned 22 years old. Crazy. And then they have a bunch of guys like Jenkins, Duncan Robinson, Thompson, Isaiah Stewart. They just have a bunch of hard-nosed dudes. I know JB Bickerstaff just enjoys coaching. They listen. They're unselfish. And when you have a closer like Cade Cunningham, you play that hard for 46, 47 minutes, you're going to be in every game. Put the ball in Cade Cunningham's in at the end of the game and let him finish the game just like he did last night. So this team is super impressive. They do it all. They're not going to blow you away with talent, which is even more impressive to me, because you look at the Eastern Conference, look at the Knicks roster, look at Philly's roster, look at Milwaukee's. On paper, this team's nowhere near that, and that means nothing, because they just go out there and they play hard, and they have Cade Cunningham. Yeah, the only thing that worries me about Detroit is their bench and their bench scoring. They have guys that can defend coming off the bench, but they don't have a lot of guys that can score that basketball. And if you're a dynamic team like a OKC or one of these other teams that are deep, that can go into your bench and get a lot of production deep in that season, that's going to be something that can hamper you. So far, they're top-heavy, but it works for them. But I would like to see them get more out of their bench. If they can shore that up, if they can clean that up some, I think this is one of the teams that can possibly finish 1 or 2 in the East if they do that. And what I like, it's guys like Javonte Green. It's guys like Ron Holland. It's guys like this Dennis Jenkins, who out of St. John. Dennis Sanity. It's ridiculous, the development and just how hard these guys play and how well they defend, and they switch everything. They get out, they get under, they're so physical. So it's super impressive, because again, a lot of times teams just stack their roster. Look at the Clippers right now, on paper, talent and names. Oh, this team is the opposite, and they are running away with the Eastern Conference. It's also 2 years ago. That was the worst run Coach ever. Of the Year, JB Bickerstaff. It's a pretty cool turnaround, and to also not have been sort of contaminated by that season and just throw it away. And you should have a most improved for teams. For a team, right? Yeah. It's easily this. By the way, do they remind you of anyone, sort of in the embryonic stages of whatever it is this is going to be? Honestly, I've never seen, and it's early, it's 15 games in, but I've never seen a team where, with not that much talent, be so successful. And again, I think when you have a coach that instills that in you, and you just believe and you just play hard, I feel like it's half the battle in the NBA now. And these guys, no matter what, shots are falling, you're still going to get stops. Like I said, I think they're 2 in defensive rating, they're 2 in steals, they're active, they're athletic, they force you to speed up. So even when they're having a poor offensive night and it's a low 90s scoring type game, the Detroit Pistons are probably going to be favored in that game, because they play harder and they defend better than you. I can't compare them to anybody, but what I do like is that they fit the Detroit mold.
Like, they play like the traditional Detroit Pistons team. They're tough, they're hard-nosed, they'll fight you, they can score. Whatever you want to do, we down for it. I like the fact that they have the right mix of guys, and it works for them. And that 2-year turnaround is probably one of the most impressive that I've seen from any organization in a very long time. I want to see them sustain this, and I want this to be something that they can look back on this season and say that we made some real headways, and not just be one of those teams that have some early success in the season and then kind of level out. I see them as a team that can go deep in the playoffs, but I like the fact that they're just Detroit tough. I love that.
Yeah, it's a good point, too, because I feel like they are built for the playoffs, not the regular season. Right. And they're doing it in the regular season. So I don't want to play this team in the playoffs. I don't want to have to beat this team 4 times. So the fact that they're doing this in the regular season, they still...
I'll take that. I'll take $1 on that.
Pistons to the moon.
Pistons to the moon. Jalen Duren, first-time All-Star. Yay, nay?
Yes, their record, and he's averaging 21 and 12, All-Star.
And that's how you quickly make sure you touch on that.
He might be on 28 Olympic team the way he's playing.
Oh, here we go. It's the whole
USA.
meeting. Nope.
USA.
Oh, we're going to take a quick break. Wrap things up on the other side. $100.
By the way, he might be, actually. He's 22 years old.